In this video, I am going to show you how to stop letting people trigger you and how to finally detach and stay unbothered at the core. Not by suppressing your emotions, not by pretending you don't care, but by understanding why you are actually getting triggered in the first place. Because if you have tried to detach and stay unbothered, but you still feel all stirred up inside, it's not because you're sensitive or because someone was rude to you. You get triggered because a core belief inside of you was activated. And until you shift that belief at the root, detaching will only work temporarily. So stay close if you're ready to finally detach and stay unbothered by changing what's happening underneath the reaction. We are going to go deep today. Hi everyone, my name is Esther Borkue. For over 21 years, I have helped women who are tired of overreacting, overgiving, people-pleasing, and feeling unseen shift the core beliefs that silently run their emotional lives. And today's topic shows up for a lot of people, so let's get right into this. First of all, let's talk about what is a trigger, because we use that word a lot. A trigger is not someone just being rude. A trigger is an activated belief inside of you, usually a belief that was formed years ago, often in childhood, most always attached to an unresolved memory. Something happens in the present moment, and it resembles, even subtly, something unresolved from your past. And that resemblance nudges the old belief system to activate. The trigger could be a word, a phrase, a tone, a gesture, an energy shift, a behavior, even an outcome that you didn't want or expect. And in that split second, your nervous system doesn't just register what is happening today, now. It links that to something that happened in the past and that hurt. It pulls forward the meaning you gave that situation way back then. Because when something painful happened in your early life, especially repeatedly, you didn't just feel it. You drew a conclusion about yourself, life, and other people, and that conclusion became a belief. So when something similar happens today, you are not just reacting to the moment. You are reacting to the belief that formed in the original moment in the past. And those beliefs often sound like, I don't belong. I'm not respected. I'm too much. I'm unlovable. I'm not safe. Life is scary. So for example, let's say you are in a conversation. You share something meaningful, and yet someone interrupts you and shifts the conversation or the attention somewhere else. Now, some people may just roll with it, but internally feel dismissed, invisible. Heat rises in your chest. Why does all of this happen? Because somewhere in your early life, you learned, my voice doesn't matter. I'm not important. What I have to say is not important, and that belief is still alive inside of your system. This moment wasn't just a moment. It activated that old belief. And when a belief is activated, the part of you that holds that belief takes over control. And this is where most people get confused. So let's talk about it. They think, why am I reacting like this? I should be more evolved. I've done the inner work. But here's something most people don't realize. You are not just one single reaction inside. When you get triggered, it can feel like your whole self is reacting. But if you slow it down, you will notice that there are different impulses happening at the same time. There is a part of you that suddenly feels threatened, a part of you that wants to defend, a part that wants to over-explain, shut down, people please, prove yourself, or a part of you that wants to withdraw completely. And all these parts are trying to protect you, trying to protect the belief that just got activated. And then there's another side of you, another part of you. This is the grounded part of you, the wiser part of you, the part of you that's done the inner work. And that part can still feel anger, and it can still feel sadness and feel disappointed, but it doesn't lose itself in the reaction. It responds from a space of stability. So when you explode in the moment, the protective side has taken over. And when you stay composed on the outside, but replay the conversation inside for hours, that protective side is still running just internally. And the tension between say something, defend yourself, and don't react, be mature, rise above it. That inner tug of war, that's what creates the suffering. This isn't dysfunction. It's how the nervous system organizes itself around old pain. In these situations, a lot of people detach. And yes, detachment matters, but it's not the whole answer. Detachment is important. Turning away, going silent, not engaging in drama. But let's clarify something. Healthy detachment is, I'm honoring my nervous system. I'm not participating in something that is misaligned. It's not, I'm punishing you with my silence. Healthy detachment stabilizes you. It creates space for you. But if you stop there, the core belief that angers the triggered response remains untouched. And the next time someone does something similar, you will be triggered again. It might be a different person, same reaction, the same type of situation just keeps activating you. And that's not coincidence. That is a belief-based pattern running the show inside. Once you have detached and regulated, now the real work begins. Take out a journal, not to think logically, but to listen internally and ask yourself these questions. What did that moment mean or say about me? What belief got activated? When have I felt this before? What do I believe is going to happen now because of that interaction? What am I afraid this confirms about me? Let your answers come intuitively, not intellectually. You're looking for the core belief and the first memory attached to it. Because that belief didn't start yesterday. It formed in a moment when you didn't have the tools, the power, or the voice that you have now. And over time, an entire system was formed around that belief, and it includes emotions, reactions, protective behaviors, patterns, coping skills, conclusions, concepts of reality. To dissolve it at the root, you must identify and clear the whole system. And when you're doing this depth of inner work, it really helps to keep these insights in one place. I always recommend having a dedicated journal just for your belief work. The one I like to recommend to clients is linked in the description box below if you would like a structured place to keep track of your patterns and your breakthroughs. Now, once you have identified the core belief and have mapped out the system created around it, dissolving the belief doesn't mean forcing yourself to think something positive. It means to no longer feed the belief with unconscious reactions. It means staying present, speaking your truth calmly when needed, turning away when required, not abandoning yourself if you do get triggered, because we all get triggered at some time or another. The difference is, do you spiral unconsciously, or do you use the trigger as information? Every trigger is pointing to belief that is ready to be healed and changed. If this video resonated and you recognize a long-standing pattern of being triggered in the same types of situations over and over again, then it may be time to go deeper than surface detachment, and I can help you. In the description box below, you will find a video where I explain the process I use during session work. It also talks about how your core beliefs shape your emotional state, how patterns are dismantled at the root, and what real transformation looks like. After watching the video, if you feel aligned and curious about working together, you are welcome to fill out an application to work with me privately. I only work with a number of people at a time by application. And if your application feels like a mutual fit, we will then schedule a private alignment call where we can talk about what isn't working in your life and what you want to change it to. What change are you looking for? And we'll talk about my methods and see if they are the right next step for you. There's no pressure, there's no urgency, just alignment. And if you're not ready for private work right now, that's okay. I have many videos here on my channel that will help you to understand your patterns more deeply. The one popping up on the screen right now is been chosen specifically for you to support you in your next steps of growth. I'll see you over there.